I'm Caron. I'm from Lynn, Massachusetts. I'm a single mom of 2 and grandma to 3. Growing up, my mom was Catholic and my dad was Protestant, and so we got raised Methodist. Well, Christmas for us meant lots of presents, lots of gifts underneath the tree. It wasn't really about Jesus in our household. Going away to school, my first week of school, I got pregnant. I got raped and then became pregnant. I had an abortion, and so because I had that abortion, I thought God wasn't going to love me anymore. So I kind of just walked away from it and lived my life, was partying, doing some crazy stuff for a few years, have anything to do with church. And I shopped around to a couple different churches in Massachusetts, but I didn't really go up until December of 2020 when I saw Pastor Matt. Well, prior to December of 2020, I came across Netcast online. And so I watched a sermon and I thought, oh, this is great. It was Pastor Matt. I'm like, oh, this guy's really, really good. And so I Googled you guys, Googled Netcast to see, what they're really about. And all of the Google reviews, like the Yelp reviews, that church hates gay people. They don't want nothing to do with gay people. Don't go to that church. Don't go to that church. I kind of just blew it off. Okay, I'm not going to go to that church. Ignore it. Well, come December 2020, I'm shopping in the Liberty Tree Mall. And I didn't realize that Netcast does Christmas outreach where they do Santa. At that time it was Santa, gift wrapping and stuff. And so I saw Pastor Matt. He was wearing a Christmas sweater, and he's like, hey, let me tell you about Netcast. This is our church. We're doing da-da-da. We're having wrapping and all this stuff. And I was like, your church hates gay people. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I saw a sermon online. I read the reviews. Everyone says your church hates gay people. I'm all set. And he's like, no, come, you just have to check us out. That's not true. What are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I kind of blew him off and then, left. But that night, and then for a couple weeks afterwards, for the first time in my life, I heard God's voice. Go back to that church. You'll be home. Go home. Woke up January 3rd, and I had, a pit in my stomach, so I just got dressed. And autopilot came to the Liberty Tree Mall, and I ended up at Netcast Church. Everyone was so friendly when I walked in the door. Wasn't really wanting to be a part of Netcast Church, but I knew God was telling me to be here, so I'm like, okay, I'll listen. As soon as I walked in the door, I don't remember the sermon. I just remember sitting there and then ending up on my knees and crying, because I felt for the first time, and at that time I was 41, that I belonged. Well, almost 41, that I was home. This is exactly where God wanted me to be. December 21 comes around. I am a completely different person. By this point, I'm all in with Netcast. I'm serving every other week or almost every single week. I'm volunteering as much as I can. So while I was volunteering, I came across a gentleman named Andre. And Andre, I was letting him know, hey, we're doing pitches. If you have anything you need to be wrapped, we'll wrap it for you and stuff, and just letting him know what the church was doing. And he's like, no, I don't have any clean clothes right now for me and the kids to wear. We're kind of a little bit bummy. And so I told him, I said, well, that's okay. We'll be here all week. If you want to come back tomorrow, that's fine. That night, said goodbye to everybody, went home and went to work the next day. I knew I had to go to the grocery store right after work to get the rest of the stuff for Christmas dinner. So I'm standing in line at the grocery store. And I'm literally just standing there waiting for the line to move, and I hear God's voice, as if it was you and I talking, and him say, go to church tonight. So I rushed home, put away all my groceries, came to church. Well, Andre was there again. And so he and I got to talking a little bit, and he told me about his story that God told him to come to Massachusetts for a job. I work for American Byproducts. We pick up used cooking oil, and we were looking for a CDL driver. Well, Andre has a CDL. So I was like, whoa, this is crazy. We've been looking for someone. God's telling this man to come from Illinois to Massachusetts for a job. I just happened to listen to God when he's telling me to go back to the church that night. And so he and I got to talking, and I just asked him, well, what is your Christmas plans? Do you have any family here and stuff? And he let me know, no, God just told me to come here. So I packed up the car with my 2 kids. We kind of ran out of money. So we're sleeping in our car right now. And once again, there's God. Invite him into your home. And I'm at this point, I'm hearing God telling me to invite him home. Like, okay, God, you're crazy. I don't know this man. Like, he could be a serial killer. I have a teenager that lives at home. I called Andre back, said, would you mind coming to my house for the weekend, you and your 2 kids? And so he ended up coming and staying with us for a weekend. It turned out to be one of the best weekends I've had. Coming to Netcast and finding Jesus and following his way and doing everything like that we're supposed to do as Christians, it's completely transformed my life.